to you. And there's a hierarchy. The New World religion will be the unifying of the great divine approaches, all religions coming together. So if we look at the doctrine, the New Age versus the Bible says Jesus is the Son of God, the New Age says Jesus is one of the masters. The Bible says you are saved by grace, the New Age says you achieve godhood through works. The Bible says Jesus is the only way, and the New Age says the white Christ consciousness within. The Bible says Lucifer is the devil, the New Age says Lucifer is the true Son of God. The Bible says worship God, the New Age says worship the creation. The Bible says man was created, New Age says physical man evolved, spiritual man always existed. The Bible said God is not part of the creation, the New Age says it is pantheism. Or panentheism sometimes, if they want a divine Lucifer still to appear to them, gets a little bit more complicated. The Bible teaches the resurrection, the New Age teaches reincarnation. The word is truth, says the Bible, the New Age says truth is within, and the Bible says wait for the second coming, and the New Age says wait for Maitreya. Bible says turn from sin, New Age says there is no sin, forget sin. The Bible says become Christ-like through sanctification. The New Age says discover the power within. Mother Teresa, who was a great New Age proponent, says, oh, I hope I am converting. I don't mean what you think. If coming face to face with God we are accepting through our lives, then we are converting. We become a better Hindu, a better Muslim, a better Catholic, a better whatever we are. What approach would I use? Well, for me, naturally, it would be Catholic. For you, it might be Hindu. For someone else, Buddhist, according to one's conscience. What God is in your mind, you must accept. Is this biblical doctrine, yes or no? No. This is serpent doctrine. This is not biblical doctrine. So, a Roman Catholic priest might as well be a Buddhist. And they can. They are Buddhists. We must merge the ethical and the practical, the political and the priest. That's the theme of their conferences. So the Rancis and the Koenigs, these are the Catholic theologians, and the Church of England, Dalai Lama, Muslims, Jews, Sikhs, all of them come together. And at the United Nations of Faith, they were ready to move mountains. And they rehearsed an ecumenism, an ecumenical initiative which is called the United Nations of Faith. But I'll be giving a whole lecture on this issue. Buddhism, again, teaches divinity within, how to become one with the divine, and also teaches reincarnation. In fact, Buddhism is just a sect of Hinduism. That's all it is. Well, here is the Dalai Lama. He is the present Lama. Of course, when he dies one day, they need a successor, right? And they can't wait for the Lama to reincarnate in a baby and let him grow up. They need a leader immediately. So the next one is already incarnated. There he is, the next Dalai Lama. So the poor spirit of the Dalai Lama must be jumping constantly between these two. What a ridiculous teaching, and people buy this. And he's also, of course, a God King. This is from Time magazine. The Dalai Lama, Tibet's exile, God King. Just like the Pope is a God King. Who's he subject to, though? He's subject to the Pope because he bows down to him. And the Vatican and Buddhism are one and the same. A path to nirvana, emptying yourself until there's nothing left of you, paradise promised, light out of the east, and suddenly the world is flooded with these perverse little god men. Here they are. Here's one of them, Rushira Avatar Adida Samrash. He's God, by the way. Here he is. He only has hordes of women floating around him. And here he is, photographed in 1993. Here he enters a room, everybody falls flat. Suddenly the door at the front of the communion hall opened. The most exquisite, bright being I had ever seen entered. This was the one, capital, I had been waiting for. What does he say? He said it is not enough to pursue realization as a relief from suffering. Realization must be that which certainly is not suffering. I am the avatar of brightness. The way of Adidam is not about seeking to be relieved of suffering. It is about happiness. It is about being in love.